Hey leaders, just wanted to shoot a quick video talking about the community group leader discipleship meeting we have coming up this Monday night. It's been a while since we've gotten together, and so we're going to go straight. We'll send out a Zoom link and whatnot, but we'll go straight into our little groups. There won't be a larger group gathering this time, and we're going to be talking about parenting, basically. And so I'm going to send you a couple of resources along with this video, and then just some questions that it's just one 12-minute video from Paul Tripp, and then a blog post from Kevin DeYoung. And I think they complement each other incredibly well. So hopefully you enjoy them. And then the questions, I just wanted to talk through and kind of give you an idea of what I was thinking about them. Basically, just obviously the question of, what you feel like was helpful? If you're a parent, what did you feel like was helpful from the videos? What would you feel like was most helpful? What would you most take away? If you're not a parent, what did you feel like was most helpful as you watched the videos or read the article? And then we do just want to get a bit personal in regards to what does parenting actually look like in our lives and the good and bad of it. I was actually, as I was wanting to shoot this video, I was parenting and getting distracted by that and realized, it would probably be good to actually parent instead of parent poorly while I want to talk about parenting. And so that'd be an example of what parenting looks like in my life. So a couple questions around that. What does bad parenting look like in your life? Bad parenting looks different for me than it does for many of you, and we just have different tendencies. So when it does show up, what does it tend to look like? And then how do you feel like God has gifted you to be a parent? What are the gifts God has given you, and how does he use those in your parenting? I think both of those would be good to talk about. And then another thing, as we're thinking about community groups and being in community, what does it look like to parent in community? For instance, let me just give one example. I actually think it's, I'll just say that. I think it's a really bad idea for anybody to spank other people's kids. Now, some of you might think that's a great idea. But so that, among other just different parenting philosophies, and let me just explain that real quick. I think that is such an intimate moment between a parent and a child that I think it's just best done in that setting. And I think Shepherding a Child's Heart by Ted Tripp a while back said that same thing, and I just agreed with him. So again, other people think different about that, but that's just an example of how do we parent in community when we have different philosophies in how we parent. What does that look like? What does it look like to have grace for one another? What does it look like to care for and look to and value other people's kids and desire for them to become Christians and grow in the Lord? Just what does it look like to do that well in community instead of, I think the tendency for all of us is just to judge each other in parenting. So how do we not do that? How do we care for each other, love each other, support each other in parenting? And then lastly, just all those, man, there's so much of the gospel to be seen in parenting. How does parenting show us more of the gospel? How does the gospel inform you as a parent in your parenting? Paul Tripp's video gets a little bit at that. And then how does the gospel free us to have different parenting philosophies? Because the gospel is central to it all, but there are different ways we can go about that. And so looking forward to these conversations this week and the handful of ones we have left, and just look forward to seeing y'all. So we'll send the Zoom link out soon. See you soon.